to see us and join. All right. So now, respect value for the dignity and the rights of individuals is also very, very important. So they say respect begets respect. It is highly reciprocal. Do you understand? When you want to, when you want me to respect you, you have to respect me. Do you understand? You have to reciprocate the gesture I'm showing in terms of respect. You cannot be demanding for respect. In fact, respect is always earned. Do you understand? So you want respect, do something to earn that respect. So, but respect for human dignity and human rights is very important. You should not underrate anybody. One thing with me is that I don't underrate anybody. I treat everybody as I meet you. Because even the person you see today and you undermine so much, tomorrow you will see them, you will be afraid. You understand? But me, I have gone through. People look down on me, so even to shake hand, they refuse to shake hand with me. But when my story changed, the hand first to shake me. Do you understand? So always be careful when you are interacting with people, even people of low class. Even if somebody says your subordinate today, you never can tell what happens tomorrow. He will become your boss. So if we are not treating the person well, I believe you will not be a person. You understand? So those are moral ethics, all right? Moral normative ethics. Normative what? Ethics. Normative ethics. Exactly. Collins. That is exact. That is it, Mr. Collins. That is just what it is. Sometimes people mistake respect for what? Weakness. And so Mr. Collins is asking why. You know, one day I told somebody that for the fact that you are going to go and eat in an eatery, maybe you are going to maybe a popular eatery like, let's say, Chicken Republic or Tantalizer, and then, or Mr. Biggs, I don't know if Mr. Biggs is still functioning, and then you meet a security guy at the gate who opens doors to you to go and eat, and you eat and come back. He opens doors to you, you go again, you go and come back, like that. Do you understand? And then maybe because of that you want to disrespect him simply because he's standing by the door to open door for you, then you never do that again. Because for me, I believe in dignity of labor. You understand? That is, if this guy refused to do what he's doing now, he can be a criminal, and you will be the victim. If this guy dropped this thing that he's doing now, that he cannot do this security job, he wants to be a criminal, you may be the victim. Do you understand? So respect for the dignity of labor also should be there. Don't look down on somebody because that person is a cleaner or is a security man standing by the door to open door for you. So you disrespect him and insult him or say whatever you want to say to him anytime you feel like. No, it's not correct. You understand? So for those of you that you are hearing me now, next time you are going to an eatery to go and eat, or at your estate gate, You see a security guy there that at your estate, don't disrespect them. You understand? Because one, they are the ones protecting you. They can even, those guys can lead criminals to come and steal you from yourself if you disrespect them. So don't you think about this possibility? It's possible. So that's why you must be good to them. The security guys in my estate, my children used to, because the way we used to interact, my children used to when they change some of them, my children were complaining, why do they change those guys? Because those guys will ask me, how are you, sir? How is your family? How is your madam? How is your, even they will ask you, even your grandfather. Do you understand? So so I used to interact with them friendly, do you understand? And of course I used to give them something. So they like me. You understand? So one day they were bringing something for me in the night around 10 p.m. And so they got at the gate, and then the security wanted to find out who they are taking these things to. And then they called me, and then I spoke with the man. I say, I am the one that has also type of car. Do you understand? When I say it, he remember who he was talking. It was one hand, no argument, no issue. Do you understand? So these are the issues. So please, dignity of labor. Those people you see them around, if you undermine them, they can be your savior. So somewhere you may not know. Please respect them. And table can turn tomorrow. You never can tell. You cannot tell what happens tomorrow. So far as you don't know what will happen tomorrow, just respect people. Anyone you see. Because anything can happen tomorrow. Do you understand? Anything can happen tomorrow. Anything can happen tomorrow. I get my point now. Everyone deserves respect. That's it. So let's look at some of the normative ethics. Right? So this part of normative, when we're talking about normative ethics, we are talking about what people ought to do, all right? And then you establish guidelines for behaviors. Do you understand? What people ought to do, or what you have done, or what to do. Do you understand? So, so we have some things like, or theories that try to bring out some of these normative behaviors. So we talk about the consequentialism. Consequentialism. All right. So you have to evaluate actions based on their outcomes. This is what we also call utilitarianism. Do you understand? Utilitarianism. That is, in every action, always determine the outcome. That's what we talk about consequentialism. In every action, always determine its outcomes. For this data that you are burning here to join training online, what is the essence of it? What's the outcome? Yes, so you have to determine the outcome. Why do you want to have knowledge in peace and conflict resolution? Why do you want to have conflict in peace or in alternative dispute resolution? Why? You have to determine the action of your input, the outcome of your input rather. Do you understand? So for every input there is an output. So consequentialism means that for every action there is an effect. So you should be able to bear the effect. If it's positive, you bear it. If it is negative, you bear it. It's as good as what the Bible says, is what you sow, you reap. Do you understand? So if you sow negative action, you reap negative action or outcome. That is it. You sow positive action, you reap positive results. It's as good as that. You cannot plant corn and harvest cassava. What kind of magic is that? That you plant corn and then you harvest cassava at the end of the day. Which magic is that one? Even magic doesn't work that way. You understand? Even magic, it go along the line. That's why I'm not saying that okay, there's a place for miracle and there's a place for magic. Do you understand? So when Moses' road turned to snake, the Egyptians also make their road to turn to snake. So a road is a sign of a snake. A road is a stick, and that's how a snake look like. Do you understand? So it's as good as that. It's good that you can hold a stone in your hand and that stone turn to a scorpion. It's possible. But you cannot hold a stone in your hand and it turn to a snake. It is abnormal. Magic doesn't work like I don't need to teach you magic now. But what I'm trying to say is that in every input, there's output. That's what we call consequentialism. Alright? Then we have what we call deontology. Alright? So you focus on the rules and duties rather than consequences. You understand? You focus on rules and duties. What the law says and what is the responsibility. What does the law says and what is the expectation, responsibility. You understand? That's what we're talking about. So virtues ethics. Here it emphasizing on character and the development of what traits, good traits. Virtue. When you say somebody is a man of virtues, then we begin to look at certain traits. Do you understand? Begin to look at character. Begin to look at certain traits or attributes of a person. Do you understand? It's a kind person. It's a honest. Or it's a kind person. Is welcoming. Is approachable. Is is a giver. It's a stingy person. You understand? So these are traits that people identify you with. We call them virtues ethics. You have to also develop them. Do you understand? Then we have applied ethics. So this has to do with the medical fields where there's applications of science, application of some moral dilemmas in medical fields or in healthcare situations. But there are also standards there that must be followed. Do you understand? There are standards there that must be respected. Do you understand? So that's what it means. So we have the business ethics. So we have guiding conduct in the business environment. When you are doing business with people, there are ethics that must be respected. Every business has its own ethics, code of conduct that must be obeyed. They will have the environmental ethics, which has to do with obligation to the environment. The reason why you see the environment is become so toxic, or the environment is becoming so brutal to humanity, is because humanity has not obeyed the moral obligation to the environment. We have not played according to the expectation of the environment. Do you understand? That's why we are facing disasters, tsunamis. Do you understand? Strong winds. And of course, we are seeing some infernals, unnecessary ones. Do you understand? Wildfire that consumes live properties, billions. Do you understand? So what's our obligation? Even when we say, "Oh, let's come together and sign agreement," Paris agreement. What is happening with the Paris agreement? We are still not taking the environment serious. But those that are receiving it well. For those of you that are in Lagos, in Lekki, see Lekki, our whole Lekki. I hope you see what is happening there when it is this season. You understand? So it's because the obligation to the environment has not been obeyed. You understand? It has not been respected. And so that's why we are receiving it back to back. Tsunamis, earthquakes in other environments. The hurricane, the cyclones, you understand? Destroy a lot. In America, a lot. In some places, even hailstones, drop and kill, cause airplane to crash. You understand? So professional ethics, yeah. When you join the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management, then there are professional ethics that you must follow, you must obey. One, you must be participating in our continuous professional development training. You must attend our meetings. You must participate in the annual convention. You understand? You must, participate. Like when we announced the projects of the institute, all the members contributed. In fact, not all, but a good number of our members, active ones, contributed to make sure that the project is executed because they know that it's for peace. You understand? So that's it. So there are professional engagement, there are professional rules. We have a code of conduct, we have a constitution that is guiding us. You must obey that. Professional ethics. And when it comes to being a peace ambassador, we expect you to be like a peace ambassador. Not when you call yourself a peace ambassador today, tomorrow we are hearing hi in your house. When we reach there, is you, a peace ambassador, beating your wife. Once we see that it's not, we may not even call you for any form of interaction. Why do you beat your wife? All of that. No, we don't have time to ask you that question. It's delistment. We delist you as a member of the institute. It's an automatic delistment. We will not even give you suspension. You beat, as a peace ambassador, beat your wife. The better is the one that we don't know, which is emotional trauma. If we don't know that one, we don't know. But we come to the realization that you, a certified member of the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management, will beat your wife. And we got to know it. It's a straight delistment. You will never consider that you are no longer a member of the institute. In fact, we will announce it. We'll put it on our social media pages. We'll put it on. We'll put it on social media pages. We'll put it on our website to announce that you have been delisted as a member of the institute on this basis. You understand? So that is it. So no matter how angry you are, don't beat your wife as a peace ambassador. You can advise, you can squeeze your face, but don't slap, don't beat. There should be a boundary to how far you can go, to the what extent you can go. And of course, you as a peace ambassador, wife, we hear that you insult your husband, they hear out of your husband, to the point that the neighbors in the house are talking, you are still insulting, and it gets to our ears that this is how you are responding to your husband. Do you understand? There must be a mutual respect. Respect your husband, and of course, husbands, love your wife, but don't beat. That's the peace. That is peace ambassador. Peace ambassador must exhibit love. They must be patient. Do you understand? They must be patient. You must show love. You must show empathy. You must put yourself in the shoes of others, so that you see how it feels before you begin to criticize somebody and condemn somebody. Did you try to put yourself in the shoe of the person? So what I'm trying to say is that no matter how provoked you are as a peace ambassador, you're not to beat your wife. Don't ask me to say, oh, did you put myself in your own shoe? You know what happened that I beat my wife? We don't want to hear that one. We cannot force you to remain in any marriage, but don't abuse anybody's right. Do you understand? The highest you can do, if marriage tire you and you feel like beating somebody, don't beat. Package the person's daughter, take her back to her people. Tell the parent that thank you for giving me your daughter, but at least we have come to a standpoint we cannot move together anymore. Take your child, I am done. It's better that way. But don't beat. By beating, it amounts to something else, domestic violence, and we cannot tolerate that. It's as simple as that. Do you understand? So that's what it is. So professional ethics, I'm talking about, that's what led me to discuss this that I'm talking about now. I'm talking about professional ethics. So as a member of the institute, you must obey these ethics. Do you understand? You must consider these things. Oh, we hear we hear that as a member of the institute, you are being charged to court on corruption matters, and you are found guilty. It's a straight delistment as a member of the institute. As a member of the institute, you are not permitted to be corrupt, because corruption is part of, it's a reason for conflict. It's a cause of conflict. It's a cause of conflict. It causes conflict. You understand? It's responsible for conflict. So you are not even supposed to be corrupt if you get to know, and in fact you are actually convicted, you are corrupt. Wahala go dey. You understand? Even if we steal the money, come give us, sponsor our project. By the time we discover it, we will forget about the project that is sponsored. We will forget about the project that is sponsored. We'll deal with you based on the professional ethics. Do you understand? So that's what it is. Ruth, what are you saying? Who is out there to create problem? Is it the wives or the men? And Ambassador Ruth, you are saying that, but some are just out and ready to create trouble. So somebody asked me why is it that, why is there some men? Somebody is asking why is there some men like beating their wives in this part of the world? I don't know. You know, there are some women that say that if their husband has not beaten them, in fact, they don't feel okay. They prefer their husband to be beating them, so that it's when the husband beat them that they did. There's one case in my area when I was growing up. If the husband does not beat that woman, it means that the husband will not eat anything good in that house. But the very day the husband beat that woman, the husband must eat chicken. Chicken must die for that. So why would you want your husband to beat you before he will eat something better in his house? So when we realize that this is the issue, nobody bothers. If they are fighting, I say, oh, nothing concerns us, because at the end of the day, chicken must die. Do you understand? So we stop bothering ourselves. If we hear an argument, we are passing and going our thing, because we know that maybe they are playing. Because at the end of the day, chicken But there's another one that I saw that made me very, 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 very angry when I was growing up. I cannot forget that experience in my entire life. Because it was at that tender age that I was coming up that I used to witness it. This man, he married close to our area. I don't know the argument that they used to have at home, but sometimes the wife we left home and then come and stay at our people's place. This man will come, beat the wife in the presence of, oh my goodness, in the presence, let me say, in the presence of her guardians. Do you understand? Beat the wife, drag her. Sometimes this man will put on this woman on a bike and be dragging her like, I mean, are you okay? But I was a child. I could not just help the matter, but inside me, it was like fire. I feel inside me like if I have a chance to kill this man, I kill him. Because for me, I grew up in an environment whereby I have never, in my entire life, before my mom passed on, I have never for once seen my dad lay hands on my mom and like, I beat you. You offended me. I never, not for one, not once. You understand? So it was a very strange operation if I see a man beating his wife. It was a total strange thing to me, and it got me very, very sad. My cousin, when I went home, the wife was telling me that the husband used to, that's the wife of my cousin, and the husband used to beat her. I say, in this place, and you did not tell me. I called the guy aside. I told him, whatever that happens, this should be the first and last time you beat your wife ever in your life. If I hear for once that you slap this woman or you beat her, first and foremost, what I will do to you is that I will call police for you. That's what I will do. I will not only call police for you, I will take you to court. You are my cousin, but I will take you to court. You must be convicted and sent for assault, battery and assault on this woman, human right abuse. You must go and stay at least 2 years. By the time you come out, your head will be correct automatically. Do you understand? I'm your brother, but I would deal with you like that because he grew with us. You never for once see our father beat your auntie. And so where did you learn that one from? We don't beat our wives. You understand? So where did you learn that one from? So I want him. I don't want to hear anything. So from time to time I'll call that woman and ask her, I hope no issue. She said no problem. I said fine, that's fine. Do you understand? So that's it. I told him, if you are tired with this girl, package her, go and give her people. As simple as they gave you a girl, beautiful, good looking, young, energetic. Don't come and destroy somebody's daughter in this place. If you cannot take care of her, if you cannot be able to love her from the way you brought her here, return her back to her parents. Not to come and be beating somebody's child in this house, in this place. It's not possible. Not when some of us are around. Not when I'm still alive. I will not accept that thing. If we're tired with this girl, package her, go and give. I told myself, the day I don't love my wife, I don't want to continue with the relationship, I'll carry her, go and give her parents. I am done with the marriage. You understand? But not to be beating and be maltreating and be kicking around and be, no, that's not me. So please, that is for me, no, and you try as much as well not to do it as well. Women and wives, more now also watch your mouth, or sometimes they cause this problem. So legal ethics. We talk about professional ethics. Code of conduct are there. Respect them. Legal ethics. We have rules governing the conduct of lawyers. All right. If you are a lawyer, you know what it means. All right. legal ethics in your legal profession. You know some of the ethics, some of the things that are involved, what you are to do, what you are not to do. Do you understand? So you must understand some of those things. I don't understand. Uh, who is this person on our live here that is talking rubbish? Ramon or waiting. Which one will you get? Are you a gay? If I gay, just take your gay somewhere. What is your problem, my friend? Better know what you are to comment on this platform. If we are here to learn, learn. If you are not here to learn, just exit the life and go your own way. We don't need you. You understand? Don't come and be commenting such kind of comments in our live session. Say you gay. What's the meaning of that? Alright? It's better. Just leave. Thank you. Alright? So medical ethics. Medical ethics. So in the medical profession, guidelines for healthcare professions to ensure patient care and confidentiality. Do you understand? So you have to understand some of those things. You have to understand what the medical profession says. Do you understand? So that you not go and carry certain operations that you're not supposed to do. You have to know. And if there's some dangerous operations that you need to do, then you seek the consent. Or there are some operations that in a medical field, there are some operations that if you want to carry out, you have to seek the consent of the guardians of the person or the parents of the person that you are going to. Do you understand? Or the wife or the husband. Should we go on with the operation? But it's 50-50. If they agree, you go. If they don't, you hold on. Do you understand? That is just it. So nobody will accuse you of killing their own relations. Do you understand? So you have to obey this legal, medical ethics, legal ethics, and things like that. Do you understand? So that's why it is. So cultural and social influence. So ethics can vary significantly across cultures and societies. So what is considered ethical in one context may not be viewed the same way in another context. So the best thing is that you understand the contextual environment. In fact, let me tell you that every conflict generally are contextual. Do you understand? They are contextual. So in the environment where conflict is happening, just consider the context where they happen. Do you understand? And then judge the issues based on the environment where you found yourself. Do you understand? Not you go and bring ideas from somewhere. No, it's contextual. If you find yourself in the northern part of the country, certain things may not be as simple as you think. You understand? Cultural. If you go to Benue, you eat pork meat easily. Alright? Eat pork meat, drink beer, and shark. Nobody will question you. But you go to Kano, you eat pork meat and shark beer. You must hide and chop. Do you understand? So these are cultural differences. Do you understand? So ethical, even in ethical practices, there are certain things that may be ethical somewhere and they may not be in another place. So we must understand these things. Do you understand? Although nowadays we are living in a globalized way, so sometimes there are certain things that are being overlooked, and so many other stuff like that. Then personal ethics. So you must also develop your own personal principles. Do you understand? Individual develop their own ethical beliefs. As an individual, you have your own ethical principles and belief system. Do you understand? If they know you for certain things, they know you for it. If they don't know you for something else, Don't put your hand into something else. Do you understand? So, and those belief systems are being, influenced by the upbringing, culture, religion, and personal experiences. There are some people that they were good people, but suddenly change. Personal experiences. Do you understand? So, like me now, if I go to church and I'm coming out, if you are inside the premises of the church and you ask for a lift, I will give you a lift. But immediately I pass the gate of the church and I see you on the street, even outside the gate, if you want me to give you a lift, except I know you personally, I will not give you a lift. It's a personal principle, it's a personal decision. Oh. It's my own personal decision. No matter how you want me to assist you, I will not, except I know you personally. You understand? Otherwise, if I'm importance, I'm talking about personal experiences. It's from all these are personal, sometimes are personal experience that make people to behave like that. Do you understand? Importance of ethics. So ethics play a very crucial part in maintaining trust, promoting cooperation, and fairness in our society. Do you understand? That's what ethics help you to do. So ethics are very, very important. So let's look at some ethical consideration in mediation. So what are some ethical consideration in mediation? So in mediation, what are those ethical considerations that we should consider? Sometimes wives. Okay. Mr. Clinton from Ghana. How can you say that sometimes wives just want to fight intentionally with no reason? Tell me, how can somebody want to fight for no just reason? There must be a reason. Except you don't want to know and admit the reason. But nobody can just want to fight without a reason. No matter how you trivial the reason, it's still a reason. Do you understand? Sometimes we men can trivial certain things. Let me tell you, sometimes for women, it's small things that matters to them more than what you think is the most important thing. What you are thinking is the most important thing, a woman doesn't need it. Sometimes it just needs your attention. And you're not giving them that attention. It's a problem. You understand? Let me tell you something. These are my personal experiences I'm sharing with you. I'm talking about my wife now. Sometimes I'm at home, but it's as good as I'm object. That is, I'm at home, but it's as good as I'm not around. That is, nobody feels my presence, including my wife. You understand? So, and sometimes that can offend her. Okay. Because I hold my phone and I'm working and I put my head there. You speak to me, I don't hear you. I cannot hear what you're saying. That because my mind is not there. And one thing with my wife is that if what did you say? She's angry. She doesn't want to. She will not want to talk again. Once I make that she's speaking to me, and then maybe because I was so busy with my phone, and then I just from nowhere I say, "Hey, what are you saying?" That's the end of discussion. Sometimes I say, but you wanted to tell me something. Why don't you? You know that I was busy with my phone. Why can't you call my attention, sir? I want to talk to you. I want to tell you something. Or I want to ask you something. Hey, call my attention now. You just come and then you are saying that you are saying something. You are talking to me, and you see that I'm busy with my phone. So how do you expect me to respond? Call my attention, that sir, I want to talk to you. I can give you my attention. Do you understand? But this kind of thing, as simple as these things are, sometimes it's a reason enough for some people to get angry to a point that they can fight you. Mr. Clinton, do you agree with me? So, but some wives are like that, because I have witnessed when a woman is fighting her husband without reasons, and now they have separated. Sir, it is you, Adamu. It is you that think that there is no reason. There's a reason. There's a reason. Sometimes that's why as mediators, when you go to mediate this kind of issues that you are talking about now, look for the reason that has not been said. There's a reason that they are not saying it. There's a reason they are not saying it, because they don't want to say it, because the husband may not open the mouth and say it. The wife also may not open the mouth and say it. So what do? You introduce caucusing, private caucusing. That is, call them, engage them individually. They will tell you the reasons. You understand? Ask thoughtful questions. Ask questions that will make them to say what they don't want to say. That's why as a mediator, when we're discussing some of the skills of mediation, we say you must know how to ask questions. You must be a good examiner. Have skills in questioning. And you should ask open-ended questions. Do you understand? So that you can cause them to say what they don't want to say. Let's move forward. Confidentiality is another ethic consideration in mediation. Another ethics in consideration. So, sorry, I have not even talked about the first one. The first one is impartiality. So, like we said before, as ethical consideration in mediation, you must be neutral. That's number one. Number two, whatever takes place in mediation must be confidential. Must be what? Confidential. It must be confidential. Then, another consideration is that it must possess what we call an informed consent. You have to seek my consent. I have to seek your consent. Do you understand? So it must be respect for autonomy. Alright? Respect for what? Autonomy. Respect my opinion. I respect your own opinion. Don't try to impose your own opinion on me. Say your own, I will say my own. Then we will try to reason together, consider each person's perspective, and agree on certain course of actions. Or harness all our opinions and make a good opinion. Competence. As a mediator, you must show some element of, ability, knowledge. You must be knowledgeable. You must seek to know. You are going to mediate and you don't have an idea of what the law says concerning the matter that you are mediating. Maybe let's say marital dispute, and you are going into a marital dispute. You don't know what the law says concerning marital disputes. So how will you be able to call the attention of the parties involved on how to be able to resolve their differences so that it will not be taken to court? It's a matter of battery and assault. How will you be able to advise a man to try and reconcile with the wife so that he will not get to court, or because the court may not smile with him? I was reading something, okay, I think it's on your group, where somebody posted something that if you caught your wife with a man on a bed, you should not do anything. You should not kill the man. You should not harm the person. It's not a fault. It's not a criminal. You understand? So the only thing you can do is you can snap. You can snap them. If you can get a picture, then you serve as an evidence, and then you can use that and sue them for adultery. That's where the law consider something like that. You understand? So if you don't know these things, how will you be able to? So have knowledge of what the law says. It's very important. Avoiding conflict of interest. You yourself don't be interested in any matter. Don't be interested in a matter. Cultural sensitivity. Encouraging collaboration, professionalism, post-mediation conduct. All of these are things that matters. Do you understand? So ethical professional standard for mediation and ethical guidelines, objectivity and fairness. Privacy assurance. The privacy of the individuals or the parties involved in conflict matters. So clear understanding. Empowerment of parties. Parties must take total control of the process. Expertise and proficiency is you, the mediator, must exhibit that. Transparency regarding interest. You understand? If you are developing any interest in the matter, excuse yourself. I'm sorry, this person is my friend. There's no way I can be able to mediate fairly. So I would prefer another person to mediate, because in case there is a clash of interest, then it's a problem. You understand? What we call, so professional conduct, ethical boundaries after mediation, commitment, and growth. All of those matters. So this is where we're stopping today. Tomorrow we're going to start with module 3, which is arbitration. Module 3, which is arbitration. So by next week we should be able to finish this training. Arbitration. Tomorrow we're going to start with arbitration. Alright? Arbitration. So thank you very much. See you tomorrow. So our project remains 400 books to reach 5,000 books. Support us so that we can get to the 400 books. You understand? Please do it. We want to reach about 15 primary and secondary school in Abuja here to distribute the books. So please support us to get the remaining 400 books. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful night rest. Bye.